What's up guys, I'm Newbie Dave and today we are taking on the dragon. Let's get started. Alright guys, this day has finally come. We've been preparing for this fight for several episodes now, and it is finally time to go take on the Ender Dragon. But first, I need to show you how things turned out with the AFK fish farm last time. So I did a lot of fishing, and I was able to find a lot of enchanted gear. As you can see, I got a lot of fishing rods. Some of these have some really good enchantments, and I was able to combine them and get a really good fishing rod that it's got Unbreaking 3, Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3, Mending. I mean, this is choice. This is the best fishing rod I think you can get in the game. And so fishing with this thing, I was able to get a ton of enchanted gear, plus a lot of fish, saddles, water bottles. You know, we can use these puffer fish to make potions of water breathing. So yeah, AFK fishing is a great way to spend time or to pass time in the game and get a lot of really good loot from it. So this turned out to be a really good build in between episodes. So yeah, with all that, I was able to get a really good bow, and this was really a couple of different bows with different enchantments that I combined. And so I got Power 5, which is the maximum power level, so this thing's going to do tons of damage. Unbreaking 3, so it's going to last a long time. Flame, which is going to make enemies catch on fire, even though the Ender Dragon's immune to effects like that. For other enemies, it'll be great. And then Infinity 1. So Infinity is an enchantment that's unique to bows, and it's mutually exclusive with Mending, so you can't have Infinity and Mending. So why would I choose Infinity instead of Mending? Well, suppose we're fighting the Ender Dragon, we're fighting some skeletons or creepers, and we're running low on arrows. We've only got 2 arrows left, and so we make them count. We take one shot, we take another shot, and we're out of arrows, right? No, we're not. We have as many arrows as we want because the Infinity enchantment causes you to not use up your arrows when you're attacking. And so that's why I prefer it over Mending, is I don't have to worry about running out of arrows. I don't have to craft up several stacks of arrows. I don't have to bring a bunch of stacks of arrows that are going to take up inventory space. So yeah, Infinity on a bow is definitely the way to go. Alright, so let's talk about what we want to bring with us for the dragon fight. So first of all, we need to find a stronghold. And to find a stronghold, we're going to have to do some exploration. So we're going to want to bring some of our standard exploration items. So I'm going to want to bring a lot of wood. I'll grab a bed in case we're out exploring during the nighttime. We're going to want to bring all of our tools and equipment because we're going to have to dig down into the ground to find the stronghold. Want to bring lots of food because we're going to be out for a while and we're going to lose energy. So yeah, all of our standard exploration gear. I'm also going to grab the cartography table and some extra maps because I don't know where the stronghold is going to be. And if it's in a new area that I haven't explored yet, then I'm going to want to be sure to bring some equipment to make a map of that new area. Now I'm going to go ahead and start dumping a lot of this stuff in my ender chest so it doesn't clutter up my inventory. Alright, now to find a stronghold, we're going to need to bring our ender pearls and some blaze rods. And I'm going to go ahead and bring all of my ender pearls. I don't know how many it's going to take to find it. Once we do find it, we're going to need up to 12 additional ender pearls to activate the end portal. And like I said, ender pearls are just really nice to have in the end to teleport if you need to. So I'm going to bring all of these. And since I've got, let's see, it's about 40, I can leave some of these blaze rods behind. And then I am also going to bring some obsidian, which I can never remember where I keep this stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to bring some obsidian and a flint and steel because once we find the end portal, I'm going to build another portal next to it so I can get back to that end portal again very quickly in the future. Now in addition to that, we're going to want to bring some special food for this dragon fight. I was lucky enough to find this enchanted apple very early on in the series. It was in a chest next to one of the ruined portals near my base, and so this is hands down the best food in the game. When you eat an enchanted apple, You're going to get absorption for 2 minutes, which gives you like extra hearts that will get used up before you start losing actual health. It's also going to give you regeneration for several seconds. And so it's just great food to have at any time, but especially during a boss fight. I'm also going to bring some golden apples. I've only got one and I just found this thing out somewhere, I don't even remember. I'm going to go ahead and make up some more because golden apples, even when they're not enchanted, they're just a lesser form of the enchanted apple, so they also give you absorption and regeneration. It's just not as powerful. So I'm going to make up some golden apples. These are kind of pricey because each one takes 8 gold bars, and gold isn't exactly an abundant resource. So I'm not going to make a whole lot of them, but these will be really nice if we get in trouble. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in my end chest because I don't need them until the actual dragon fight. I'm also going to want to bring some glass bottles because you can actually collect the dragon's breath that the dragon shoots at you. And the dragon's breath can be used in potion making to make lingering potions. It's the only way to make lingering potions. And so I'm going to bring a lot of glass bottles so that as the dragon shoots dragon's breath and it creates sort of a pool of dragon's breath on the ground, I can collect in these glass bottles. I'm going to bring a lot of glass bottles because that's the only way to get dragon's breath. And I don't want to have to go back and resummon the dragon later to get some more dragon's breath. Alright, last thing we're going to need are some potions. So I've made up some potions already that I'm going to bring with me. I'm going to bring some swiftness potions just to help explore and to find a stronghold quicker. These aren't going to really come in handy much in the actual dragon fight, there's more to find a stronghold. I'm going to bring some potions of slow falling so that I can climb up to the top of the obsidian towers and not take any damage when I jump off. I'm also going to bring some potions of instant health. You make these with the gold melon, and these just immediately replenish a number of hearts. And by immediately, it takes a second or two to actually drink the potion, so you have to be careful, make sure you're not waiting until the moment of death to use it, but it's a way to instant heal if you're in a really bad situation. And then I'm also going to bring some potions of regeneration, and these just cause you to regenerate health more quickly. And I don't know if I want to enhance or extend these. If I check my little cheat sheet over here, when you enhance a regeneration potion, it adds half a heart every 1.2 seconds for 22 seconds. So it heals twice as fast, but for half as long. If you extend it, it heals for twice as long, so at the normal rate for twice as long. I think I'm going to extend it. And so I'm not going to use a potion of regeneration in a critical situation where I'm about to die. So I don't need it to work faster. It's more to just kind of keep my health up if I take a little bit of damage here or there. So I want it to last longer, so I'm going to extend it. Perfect. And so I'll just take each of these and I'm going to put all of my potions in my end chest until I actually need them. Now we're also going to want to have a lot of building blocks like stone or cobblestone when we get to the end. I'm not going to bring any of this with me because we're going to do a lot of digging just to find a stronghold, and so I'm probably going to end up collecting a few stacks of stone or cobblestone just in the process of getting there, so I'm not going to bring any extra. So the sun's just about to set. I'm not going to go start my journey during the nighttime, so I'm going to wait for the sun to set, we'll sleep, and then we'll get started. Alright guys, let's do this. So to find a stronghold, we are going to need to use one of our Eyes of Ender. Go ahead and turn my blaze rods into blaze powder, and I'll just make all of these. I'm definitely going to need all 4 eventually, and I'm probably going to go through 1 or 2 in the process of finding a stronghold. So to find a stronghold, what you're going to do is you're going to throw an Eye of Ender, and while you're still really far away from a stronghold, when you throw the Eye of Ender, it's going to fly off in the direction of the nearest stronghold. It's going to go about 10 or 11 blocks, hover there for a second, and then drop. And so you want to find a good open area like this to throw it. You don't want to be surrounded by trees or buildings or something, because then it might pass through them or get stuck and you may not see it. So here we go. I'm going to throw this thing up in the air, and it is going in that direction. So I just want to run in that direction for a long time, and then we'll throw another Eye of Ender and see where we're going. Now this one dropped. There's a 20% chance when you use it that it's actually going to break. So you could just get 1 use out of it. You may get 4 or 5 or 6 uses. It's just kind of random, so you want to bring a couple of Eyes of Ender to help you find the stronghold. So let's take this time of travel to talk about strongholds and their locations. Where strongholds generate is a little bit different between Java Edition and Bedrock Edition. The one thing they have in common is the nearest strongholds are going to spawn somewhere around 1,000 blocks from the world origin. And so because I made my base pretty close to the world origin, I know that there's not going to be a stronghold within the couple hundred blocks of where I started. So I'm actually going to run for quite a ways before I try throwing the Ender Pearl again, because I don't want to waste it, and I know I haven't passed it yet. Another fun fact about strongholds is a lot of them tend to generate either under or nearby villages. And so if you're headed in the direction of an Ender Eye, that an Ender Eye told you to go, and you've been going for a while and run across a village, you might just go ahead and throw another Ender Eye and see if you've made it. Now when you do finally get close to the stronghold, when you throw the Ender Eye, rather than flying up into the air, it's actually going to go down into the ground. And so once you're close enough, the Ender Eye will actually start moving directly towards the strongholds rather than just in the general direction. Alright, so I've gone about 600 or 800 blocks from where I started. And I'm in a nice open area, so I'm going to throw another eye and just make sure that I'm still headed in the right direction and didn't make a wrong turn or veer off somewhere. Okay, so I think we're still looking good. We'll keep going this way some more. Hey, looky here. Found a village. And yeah, I don't have this village on my map. I've explored this area. I don't know if I just missed it or what. So I guess the first thing I'll do is go ahead and mark this village on my map and place a map marker here. Alright, so since I am near the village center, I'm going to get up on top of this roof so I've got a nice big open area. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this eye again. It hasn't been very far since the last time I threw it, but like I said, sometimes they'll generate under villages, and so I'm just going to see if we're nearby. Oh, good. So it went down. Didn't see exactly where. Uh-oh. I may have lost it. But the important thing is it did go down. It didn't fly up and off in another direction. So even if we can't find it, we know that we've arrived. So I'm going to go ahead and start digging straight down at this point, and we'll see what we find. Now, strongholds can generate at pretty much any Y level. And so it's not just a matter of going down 10 or 20 blocks and exploring out from there. Like, you really don't know how deep this thing could be. And so once the Ender Eye goes down into the ground, really just start digging down until you find it. So I am starting to get a little bit concerned because even though I know they can generate at any Y level, pretty much every stronghold I've ever found has been around Y 30 or 40. Like, I've never had to go this deep before. Oh boy, that's not good. We're down pretty low and we still have not found the stronghold yet. And looks like we may have run into a lava lake. So this is fantastic. Let's see if maybe you can go around this thing. Oh boy. Well. So gotta admit, that has never happened to me before. I dug all the way down to the bedrock layer and finally ran across the stronghold, like down at the bedrock layer, and it was a whopping 1 room big and no portal room. I have never seen a stronghold generate like that before. Now unfortunately we can't just throw another Ender Eye right now because it's going to lead you towards the nearest stronghold, which is the one that we just ran across, and that one's a bust. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run really far in a different direction, knowing that there should be another 2 strongholds within about 1,000 blocks of the world origin, and hope that I can get close enough to one of the other strongholds that when I throw another Ender Eye, it will point me to a different one. So since that stronghold was north and a little bit east of the origin, I'm going to head pretty far to the west, near the edge of the map. Alright, so I've gone pretty far to the west here, and I don't know if I'm close to a stronghold, but I should be closer to a new stronghold than I was to that original one, and I almost fell down into that ravine. Holy cow. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm going to throw a new Ender Eye, and hopefully it leads me to a different stronghold. Okay, so that's good. That's a different direction. Please don't fall into the ravine. Oh boy, that was close. So this is good. So this is taking us north. So there should be a closer stronghold now than the one that we explored last time. Right, I'm going to go ahead and throw another eye, make sure I'm still going in the right direction. So if I'm reading this correctly, there's a village just north of me. It's actually on the next map. It's not on the map I'm currently holding. That's probably where this eye is taking us. Alright, there's the village. So I'll go towards the village center and we'll throw another Ender Eye and see if the stronghold is below this one. And I did not see that eye. Okay, I didn't see the eye go anywhere, but it just popped up here, which means it probably went underground and then floated back up after it was done. So I think we found it. So I'm going to start digging again, and hopefully we get a little luckier with this stronghold. That's more like it. So I found that stronghold a lot faster. This was up at Y57. And you know you found the stronghold when you hit these stone bricks. So strongholds are made out of stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, cracked stone bricks. And so once you find the stone bricks, you know you have hit the stronghold. So it looks like we came out in a stairwell. I'm going to go ahead and light this thing up as I explore it. And strongholds are nice to explore, even aside from the end portal, because you can find some chests with some good loot. You can find some libraries. Well, that's interesting. I don't know what this torch is supposed to be attached to. I'm just going to leave it because that's an interesting little glitch. Hey, alright, we found the end portal room. Now there's always going to be a netherite, I don't know, what are these? Enmite. Yeah, there's always going to be a spawner in here. Those are worthless. The things that they spawn are worthless, so I always just break it. Okay, so we've got an end portal with 2 Eyes of Ender already in it, so that's good. We only need 10 more. I'm going to go ahead and douse the water that's in here so I don't accidentally step in it. And before we activate and go through this, I'm going to go ahead and set up a nether portal so that we can get back here more easily. And I think I'll just do it right over here. Alright, so now, let's see. So I'll go through this, see where we end up on the other side. Oh boy, good times. That does not look like an easy place to get back to. Oh boy. And that is why you always bring a flint and steel with you to the nether. Alright, we're not going to do a whole lot in here, just want to see where we ended up. We'll repair some of this damage and we'll go back through. Alright, before we go through this portal, there's a couple things we want to do to get ready. So I'm going to clean up my inventory a little bit. We don't need all this stuff in here. I'm just going to ditch some of these bricks and stuff that I picked up. I don't need them. I don't have enough to do anything with. And I don't want them cluttering up my inventory. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and place a bed near this because I do not plan on dying while fighting the Ender Dragon. Amazingly, I've made it this far into the series without dying so far, and my first death is not going to be fighting the dragon. But just in case it does happen, and just as a safety precaution, I'm going to go ahead and place a bed and make that my respawn point. So if I do die, I respawn right here, can jump right back into the portal. I'm going to grab my potions. So I'm going to want to bring a pickaxe with me because we may end up below, like underground, and have to dig our way out. I've got my potions on my hotbar ready to go. I'm going to start out with my golden apples and my enchanted apple as the food, and then if I run out I can switch to my beef. I've got my arrows, some building blocks, my ender pearls, which I will put these somewhere on my hotbar. I'll swap those out with slow falling. Yeah, I want those to be on my hotbar just in case I need to use them in emergency. And with that, I think we're good to go. Alright, so I'm going to place all these Eyes of Ender, and that will activate the portal. I love that effect. I love that in-portal look. It's just awesome. And here we go! Alright, so we ended up underground, which is good. The alternative is you end up on a little obsidian platform over the void and have to kind of build a bridge out to the main island. And that, I hate bridging out over the void. So this is good. Alright, here we go. So there's the central island. The dragon is flying around above it. I don't need my map, that's just getting in the way. So, there are 2 stages to the dragon fight. Stage 1, we need to take out all these end crystals around the central island on top of the pillars. Easiest way to do these is with your bow. Just shoot them and they will explode. Most of them you can hit this way if you've got pretty good aim. It may take you a couple tries. Alright, so we're going to bottle up some of this dragon's breath. And for now, we're really just going to kind of ignore the dragon until we take out all of these end crystals. Now, there are a lot of Endermen around here, and they will just walk right in front of you while you're shooting. So you need to kind of keep an eye on them without looking at them, and they really won't be a problem. So the reason we need to take out these crystals is because you see as the dragon flies by, when he gets close to one, he gets that little, I don't know, that effect. That heals him, and so if we tried to fight the dragon right now with all these crystals, he would just keep healing and it would be a very long, difficult fight. So we want to take out all the crystals first so the dragon can't heal, and then it'll be a lot easier. Alright, I think I've pretty much hit all the crystals that I can from the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and start nerd pulling up to the top. Now some of them you'll see are surrounded by iron cages, so you have to get up to the top and take out part of the cage to take those out. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and use my slow falling potion in case I get knocked off. Like that. And I'll use an Ender Pearl, just get back up really quick. Definitely keep an eye on your health and on your hunger during this fight. Make sure that neither one gets too low. Now, these things pack quite a punch, so if you get up on top, don't just hit it. Place down a cobblestone. So this is a pretty good spot. From here we can see which ones are left, and it looks like it's just the 2 in the cages over there. You can see the dragon's really not that much of a problem early on. Every now and then he'll charge at you, and when that happens he'll kind of knock you back a little bit, but he doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So just kind of steer clear, keep your health and your hunger up, he'll be okay. Alright, and with that I think we're ready to turn our attention to the dragon. So now we're ready to fight the dragon. So the best tactic here is just shoot him while he's flying around with the bow and arrow. Every now and then he'll come and land on his little pedestal here. And at this point he is immune to ranged damage, so you need to get in close and hit him with your sword. Once he flies off again, switch back to using your bow and arrow. I find it best to just get under him like this and start hitting. Come on. Come on. Here we go. This is it. Come on. Yeah. Alright. We did it. Check that out. Get you some, dragon. Oh, look at all that beautiful XP. Alright. So that wasn't too bad. So your rewards for killing the dragon are a ton of experience points. And that beauty right there, the dragon's egg. Now, getting this thing is a little bit challenging. Now that we've defeated the dragon, the end portal has appeared and we can go back to the overworld, but we want to get that dragon's egg. And so what I'm going to do is kind of build over to it a little bit. And you actually can't touch this thing. If you touch it, it's just going to teleport, which is kind of okay because we want to get it off this little central platform. So I'm going to go ahead and touch it, or try to pick it up. It's going to move somewhere else. There we go. It doesn't move very far, so just teleport over here. If we try to pick it up again, it's just going to teleport again. So what we're going to do, it's actually very easy to get this thing. Just dig under it like that, place a torch under it, and then break the block that it's sitting on. It will fall onto the torch, and at that point it is now a item that can be picked up. There is only one dragon egg in the game. This is the only dragon egg that will ever spawn. If you resummon the dragon and defeat it again later, you will not get another dragon egg, so do not lose this thing. Alright, so there's not really a whole lot more to do on this central island. You'll see there's another portal that appeared over there. That's how you get to the outer islands, which we're not going to go do today. That's a whole nother episode all by itself. So I'm going to go back through this portal and head back to the overworld. And with that, we get the end credits. That's the end of the game, guys. We just beat Minecraft. These credits are going to scroll. It's a nice little story if you want to sit and read it. Now, don't go thinking that just because we beat the end of the game that this series is over. There is still so much more to do in the game. I have so many episodes planned. There's so much more we're going to do. I've got a lot of great builds that I have planned. There's a lot of exploring to do. So yeah, this series is not over by a long shot. Alright, we are back at our base. I decided to go through the overworld rather than the nether because I did not really like that spot that we ended up in the nether. Didn't want to have to cross that lava lake. Didn't know if there was a good way to get back to my portal from there, so I just ran. It wasn't too far. So first things first, I need to get my Dragon's Breath potions. These aren't really potions, the bottles of Dragon's Breath. I'm going to name these on the anvil. What Dragon's Breath does when you mix it with other potions is it makes them a lingering potion. And so I think you have to make a splash potion first, and then you can use the Dragon's Breath. I don't remember. But what it does is a splash potion, if you throw it, it's going to have a splash effect and will cause the effect of the potion on anything that is hit by the splash. A lingering potion does the same thing, except it causes the effect to just linger on the ground, the same way that the Dragon's Breath lingered on the ground. So that is the final component that we need in our potion making machine over here. There's still a couple that we need to go get some more ingredients for, but we've now got everything filled out. Alright, and there's one more thing we need to do before we wrap this up. I'm going to come back over here to the world spawn. What? What are you doing? Why are you breaking down the world spawn? That's how we know where we started. Because I am going to replace it with a little shrine. And on this shrine will go the dragon's egg. Look at that. Love it. Alright, big day today, guys. We took on the Ender Dragon, and honestly, it wasn't that hard. Once you know what you're doing, the dragon fight is really pretty easy. It helps that we were incredibly stacked with our gear, and it really made things a whole lot easier, which was what I was going for. So really everything went according to plan. Got that beautiful dragon egg in the background. So yeah, good day. It was a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If so, please like the video. It's going to help me out. And if you're enjoying the series, please hit that subscribe button. It will let you be notified when future episodes come out. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.